What is going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be talking about this VHS right here, Wrestlemania 3. I got this about, I want to say 15, almost 20 years ago. And in this video, it talks about the Giant Betrayal. Basically, Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant were friends. WrestleMania, when Hulk Hogan won the WWF title against Iron Sheik, Andre the Giant was there to pour champagne on him. Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan were good friends. Then you come to segments on just Piper's Pit. Okay, so Hulk Hogan goes on there. He gets an award for being recognized as, for having the WWF title for 3 years straight. Great, it's this giant statue. Andre comes out and starts congratulating him and, saying that, he did such a great job, blah, blah, blah. Then Andre kind of pieces off, okay? Then the next week, and Jack Tunney was the one that presented the award to Hulk Hogan. Jack Tunney comes out next week on Piper's Pit and goes to present Andre the Giant with similar trophy for being undefeated for over 20 years. And the trophy is smaller than Hogan's, and the trophy is, less quality than Hogan's. Andre is there thanking people. And then Hogan runs out to congratulate Andre and kind of steals Andre's spotlight. And Andre's sort of pissed off, it's his award, and even though it's his award, he pieces off again and leaves Hogan talking to Piper about, Andre's award. So the next week on Piper's Pit, you have Jesse the Body Ventura come on and explain that, there's a conspiracy out there that Andre the Giant's trophy was this big, Hulk Hogan's trophy was this big. They actually brought out the trophies to compare the two. And Piper's like, no, there's no conspiracy, blah, blah, blah. So Jesse the Body Ventura says, I will get Andre the Giant to be here next week if you can get the champion, Hulk Hogan, to be here. So Roddy Piper's like, oh, no problem. I will get Hogan here next week. So the next week, so this is a month build so far, Piper brings out Hulk Hogan, the WWF champion. And he's talking to him about, what's going on with Andre. And he's like, no, everything's fine. Then Andre walks out with Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Hogan loses his shit. He's like, what are you doing with him? You're not supposed to be with him. There's nothing wrong. What's going on here? Because Hogan had a giant feud with Bobby the Brain Heenan's family, be it Paul Orndorff, be it King Kong Bundy. Now Andre's being managed by Hulk Hogan. And Andre goes on to talk about how he has never been offered a chance to go for the WWF Championship, how he's never had that opportunity. So Hogan's like, oh, all you have to do is ask brother. I would have given it, do anything. And Andre continues, and then he pushes Hogan and grabs his shirt and his cross and pulls it off of him and throws it down on him, and Hogan's chest is bleeding, and Piper's like, you're bleeding, brother, you're bleeding. And Hogan's just laying there in shock that Andre did this to him, and Andre left. And then Piper's like, well, what's going to go on? And Hogan's like, if you want your title, you have your shot. So next week, this is another week into it, we have the signing. And Hogan's signing, and he's all pissed off. Andre's signing, he starts speaking up French and shit like that. So it builds up to their match at the Pontiac Silverdome for WrestleMania 3. The biggest build for a wrestling match in years. 93,000 people watching it live. Hulk Hogan body slams Andre the Giant, ends up winning the match. There's also controversy because it looks like Andre pinned Hogan at the beginning. So they want a rematch at Saturday night's main event. $1 Million Man, smashing Andre the Giant, pays off the referee to get Andre to win. Andre wins the WWF title, hands it to DiBiase, saying that DiBiase is the new champion. They leave. The next week, Jack Tunney comes out and says that there can't be $1 Million Man can't be champion because he can't buy the WWF title. So he strips the title, sets up the tournament for WrestleMania 4, and in doing so, he puts Ted DiBiase in the tournament. He puts Andre and Hogan in the tournament. They both end up getting disqualified, so we had Ted DiBiase in the final match against Randy Macho Man Savage, and Macho Man ends up winning. And then in this, you actually have Hulk Hogan talking throughout the whole video. He says, you know, at least the championships with someone that's not part of the Heenan family, brother. You know, at least it's in the hands of the Macho Man Randy Savage now. And you never know when I'm going to have my opportunity to get my title back. So, you know, it's that whole build. And it was an amazing build for the 80s over the 2-year span. So I want to get your guys' take on Hulkamania 3, The Giant Betrayal. Comment below if you like this video. Definitely give it a like. If you're not subbed, definitely hit the sub button up there. And I will catch you guys later. I'm out.